Hi friends, looks like today I'm going to be accompanied by brown thrasher who's up in the tree over here. Amazing bird song. See if you hear it repeat anytime during this initial part of this video. It's pretty cool. I'm going to be sharing a game with you today that is really just for fun. It's great for families. It's great for groups of adults as well. But even though it's just for fun, it teaches a broad range of skills that have to do with hiding. This game is about learning to assess your environment and hide very quickly, within 10 or 15 seconds, finding a really good place from which you can observe the area around you, but not be seen yourself. This obviously has many self-defense, tactical kind of applications. But again, if you play it just for fun, you're going to be developing a wide range of skills without even trying. Among those are perceptual skills, being able to observe your environment and see where good hiding places would be, starting to learn about people's line of sight and where they can or can't see you based on where they're standing, principles of camouflage, and just overall awareness of your environment. To play this game, we're going to go out with my family, we're going to give this a try, and at the end of the video, you can actually try to play the game with us. The girls are going to hide, and you can see if you can see them. This game is pretty simple if you want to try it yourself. You're walking with your group along a path, wherever it's going to be, and one of you is going to be the seeker. The others are hiders. You can have 1, 3, 5, as many people as want to play. The seeker is going to, at some point, looking at their environment and deciding based on the skills of the hiders that they're working with. If it's kids, you maybe want to give a lot more hidey places. If it's more advanced people, you're going to make things more difficult on them. You choose your place, and then you say, hide. You're going to close your eyes, you're going to close your ears, and you're going to count really loud. Hide! 1, 2. You want to basically erase your vision and your sense of hearing for the duration of your count so that the people have a chance to disappear. Now, there's all sorts of variables that can make this more or less difficult. And the first one is how long that count is going to be. You're going to give them 15 seconds. You're going to give them 10 seconds, 5, 3. That's up to you. We usually start with about 15 or 10 seconds, depending on the people and the environment, and then work our way down from there. Also, what clothing people are wearing, and obviously where you're playing this. That makes a lot of difference. Weather is another one. If you're playing this outside, very different if you're doing it on a summer day where the leaves are really crispy in the autumn or the spring, or you're doing it, let's say, in a rainstorm or thunderstorm. Now you remember, the seeker closes their eyes, closes their ears, and counts, let's say, to 10 in this case. As they count, the hiders are going to run. They want to do this. They want to hide as close to the seeker as they can, and they want to hide so that they can still see the seeker. Those are basically, the first one's a guideline. So the idea is not to run as far away as you can and disappear over a far hill. The idea is, even if you're going to have a better chance of being seen, to hide a little bit closer. This is to practice your skills. And the second part is you want to be able, as a hider, to see the eyes of your seeker. And this is representing hiding in a way that allows you to still assess your environment, and especially whatever pursuers you're trying to evade or whoever's looking for you, wanting to keep an eye on them. Now, this obviously creates some difficulties and some challenges because for many of us, especially if you have the skin color I do, your face basically glows in the woods. And if any of our clothing is a solid color like this, it can really show up very much in the woods. Now, when my count is over, I'm going to open my eyes. The first time you play this, I think you're going to love it because especially if you're going with a group of, let's say, 5 people, And you close your eyes for 10 seconds, and then you open your eyes, and suddenly everybody has evaporated, especially if you've got pretty good hiders that you're working with. It's a really neat sensation. But now, as a seeker, you're going to do 3 circles. So my first circle is going to be very fast. I'm just going to turn around and give a brief glimpse around me. And honestly, this method of observing is going to cover about 95% of humans. The average human, by far, doesn't have a lot of perceptual awareness. And so if you're hiking along and you want to play this game from other hikers or things like that and just disappear when you see somebody coming down a path, often you can almost hide in plain sight and people won't see you. If they have a device, they're essentially blind and deaf. It's pretty bad these days. But that first circle is going to represent the mass of people who don't have a high level of awareness. Then you're going to do this second circle. You're going to go around a little bit more slowly. You're looking at your environment more carefully, but you're still scanning over it pretty quickly. This represents the next 4% of people in the world who have a higher degree of awareness, but they aren't trained essentially to pick out anomalies in their environment. So these are ones that are not on their devices. They're not lost in their thinking mind. They're walking along. They're looking at things. It might be a bird watcher or mushroom gatherer, forager, people that are just more aware out in nature. Then you're going to do your final circle. You're going to slowly, slowly turn around. Taking about 30 seconds to even a minute to make your revolution. You're really going to look and scan your environment. And this is going to represent the last 1% of people who are very, very keenly aware of their environment. As you do these, anytime you see somebody, you're going to point to them. If you know who it is by their name, you can call out their name, otherwise point directly to them, and they can stand up if you've spotted them. If at the end of your 3 revolutions you have not spotted any or not all of the people that you're playing this with, then you can say, stand up, and the people will stand up or drop down from trees or come from behind trees, wherever they are, they will appear, and you can see where they were hiding. Hide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Liliana, can you stand up? Haha. Mirabelle, can you stand up? Yeah, awesome. Now notice this is experience-based learning. There's lots of ways to learn skills. One way is to have everything pointed out to you. Awareness of the human silhouette, colors that you're wearing, principles of camouflage, using things in your environment to cover up, let's say, your face, so just your eyes are peering through. Finding a charred log and using that to create some camouflage. Lots of different principles we can learn. But you'll find, especially with kids, if you play this game, that they start to figure things out for themselves. And often when we do that, when people figure things out for themselves, they own that knowledge and that skill in a different way than if we tell them and they try to mimic a skill. So I'd urge you, if you're doing this with kids, let them experiment and play. You can definitely give feedback when they come back. Say, here's what I saw. I saw your bright orange shoe sticking up over the top of that log. And that's going to give them awareness of, oh, I better do something with my shoes, or think about where that person is and where their line of sight might be. Eventually it becomes almost instinctual, and that's when it's really, really ingrained. Now I said you'd get a chance to play, so we're going to give this a try. Rebecca's going to call hide. The girls are going to run. You're going to see the general area they're in. See if you can spot them. Pause the video if you need to. Zoom up. See if you can figure out where they are before it is revealed.
Hide! 1, 2.
Okay, did you see them? If not, we're going to try the third really slow one. All right, can you guys see them? If you can't, we're going to have them stand up in a moment. Mirabelle, can you stand up? Liliana, can you stand up? Nice.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us for this game.
Tell us if you found us in either of the 2 circles. Try the game and tell us what you think of it.
Really, my friends, give this a try. It is a super fun game and it builds a wide variety of skills, perceptual and otherwise. Share in the comments your experiences. Have you ever played something like this? This is a variation of hide and seek, essentially. But the fun thing about this is, too, if you have a group that it's appropriate with, you can kind of be playing it all the time. So you can be in whatever environment you're in and say, hide. And close your eyes, close your ears, give them however many seconds it's going to be. Usually in that case, if you're surprising it, you're saying, hide, 5 seconds, so they know. And then whew, off they go. Super fun, super enriching. Talk with you in the comments, my friends. Tell me if you heard any repeats from our friend up in the tree. All right, love to you all.